kid, Dynamite!
Book him, Dano.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Oh. Up your nose with rubber hose. You hear that, Elizabeth? I'm coming to join you, honey.
Hey.
Can I do that? Oh, kiss my grits.
Hey.
Suck it to me.
Okay.
Good night, Mama.
Night, John boy.
Say good night.
Good night.
That's it.
I've never seen a black goldfish before.
That's okay. He never saw a rich white man before either.
Diff'rent Strokes with Gary Coleman premieres Friday on NBC.
That was an accident. The line actually was, Gary and his brother are having a talk. And Gary didn't quite understand what his brother meant, so he said, "What are you talking about, Willis?" But when Gary read the line all on his own, he wasn't directed to do it, it came out.
What you talking about, Willis?
Everybody was totally taken by surprise. And you know, in those days, the TV catchphrase was such a big deal.
What you talking about?
I was there when it first happened. We roared. I even remember one of the producers saying, "That's it. That's our catchphrase. That's it."
Now the world don't run to the beat, just one drum. What's my right? They not the right song.
You know something? It really doesn't matter to me whether you go there or not.
What you talking about? You know, Homer ain't missing. What you talking about?
You turn my hot tub into a cold tub and you let Abraham loose for a swim.
What you talking about, Mr. D? Blame the engineer up there with the one-track mouth. What you talking about? You got nothing to worry about, because the gooch is the one in trouble. What you talking about, Willis?
They're not just Daddy's things, they're our things.
What you talking about, Kimberly? Yeah, and we're in a lot of trouble. What you talking about, Willis? Well, actually, you didn't wed him. What you talking about, Willis? What we gotta do is to scare her. What you talking about, Willis?
I'm a member of the League of Nations.
What you talking about, Daddy? You're about to become my big brother, Arthur. What you talking about, Willis? I'm not talking to you anymore. What you talking about, Willis? I said, what you talking about, Willis?
Because that's life.
What you talking about, Mr. D? You gotta not be working at what you're working at before you stop working. What you talking about, Willis?
When are we gonna fly?
What you talking about, Mr. D?
And so not being brave can be a kind of bravery in itself.
What you talking about, Mr. D?
And burglars have broken into apartments right here in this building.
What you talking about, Mr. D?
That is, if you're willing to give up your present job.
What you talking about, Mr. Crowder?
I'm Alice. Now, this is my friend, Penelope.
What you talking about, Alice?
Why don't I interview you for the audience?
Audience? What you talking about, Mr. Alden?
He just asked me to marry him.
What you talking about, Mrs. Gary? A woman gets a baby from eating a salmon. What you talking about, Willis? Muhammad Ali's coming to see you. What you talking about?
$100 an hour.
What you talking about, Mr. D?
Boys, I don't think you're gonna have to go with Cousin Jethro.
What you talking about, Mr. D? So he's got one now. What you talking about, Willis? I'm not supposed to know about this, so you've got to try to change Dad's mind. What you talking about, Willis? Simple. You ignore her. What you talking about, Willis?
Willis isn't going to jail.
What you talking about, Mr. Hanlon? You're gonna get a lot of shots. What you talking about, Willis?
Put them on TV.
What you talking about, Adelaide?
A guy down at the office fixed me up with a date tonight.
What you talking about, Dad?
I just heard Daddy say he's broke.
What you talking about, Kimberly?
I'm afraid you just lost a cook, boys.
What you talking about, Adelaide? You don't really have a killer foot. What you talking about, Willis? We're locked in here. What you talking about, Willis?
I'm still gonna let Roger come and get me for the dance.
What you talking about, Kimberly?
You'll take the test tomorrow.
What you talking about, Miss Osborne? You either do what I say and toe the line, or go to bed without dinner. What you talking about, Willis?
I'm afraid that Abraham died.
What you talking about, Dad? Yes, Arnold, I'm in jail. What you talking about, Willis?
This is a holdup?
What you talking about, mister?
Well, it doesn't work that way, Arnold. In small claims court, you have to be your own lawyer.
What you talking about, Dad?
Well, you don't have to wait 3 weeks, because I'm coming home tonight.
What you talking about, Adelaide?
Who are you?
What you talking about, Dad? If she's gonna have a baby. What you talking about, Willis?
Arnold, I'm sorry. You're not playing today.
What you talking about, Dad? I don't care what Dad says. I gotta see Charlene. What you talking about, Willis?
It looks like you're going to grow to be about 5 feet tall.
What you talking about, Doctor?
Arnold, I didn't bet on the race.
What you talking about, Manny?
I hate to say it, bro, but it looks to me like you guys are losing your blackness.
What you talking about, Oscar?
All right, then, if your cat got down, you're going to cut sweets out entirely.
What you talking about, Dad? But now you gotta go back there tomorrow. What you talking about, Willis?
I told you I'm going to a movie.
I'm her date.
What you talking about, Mike?
Arnold, I'm afraid I am going to have to insist that you do invite Susie to the party.
What you talking about, Dad?
I'm afraid of heights.
What you talking about, too tall?
She's only playing Daddy for a fool. She's got a boyfriend.
What you talking about, Kimberly? Dad's ancestor was a slave trader. What you talking about, Willis?
You are not going to the hockey game tonight.
What you talking about, Dad? To get your dad to adopt me. What you talking about, Dudley? Yeah, well, you guys can forget the game tomorrow. I don't want any of you there. What you talking about, Willis? To take a cold shower. What you talking about, Willis?
You're not going to Paris.
What you talking about, Miss Claremont?
It happens to be worth $400.
What you talking about, lady?
Arnold, our date is officially over.
What you talking about, Diane? She was up there with a guy. What you talking about, Willis? But I'm not going to that dinner tonight. What you talking about, Willis? As of right now, Arnold and I are going on a hunger strike, too. What you talking about, Willis?
What did he say?
He said, what you talking about, Willis?
Not yet, you're not. You owe me $200.
What you talking about, Dad? I think he means you should see a psychiatrist. What you talking about, Willis? What about my acting?
It stinks.
What you talking about, Cassie?
But there's kind of a small fire in the building.
What you talking about, Dad?
Then you're not going to tear down the building.
Well, I'm afraid I have to do that.
What you talking about, Dad?
Someone has stolen your father's limousine.
Hold it. What you talking about, Aunt Cecilia?
You see, that's what you're gonna pay us to eat them.
What you talking about, mister?
I've decided I'm going to let Arnold go to school tomorrow.
What you talking about, Dad?
As of right now, I'm not your coach anymore. I quit.
What you talking about, Willis?
The storm we had today wasn't so pure. It was acid rain.
What you talking about, Doctor?
Oh, I have to go to a business dinner Friday. I won't be able to see you that night.
What you talking about, Dad?
The man's holding a real gun with real bullets.
What you talking about, Willis?
Well, how serious do you consider death?
What you talking about, Dad?
Kimberly's in and Charlene's out.
What you talking about, Ace?
We came together in your limousine. Billy's my date.
What you talking about, Teresa?
Effeminate means a guy is like a girl.
What you talking about, Willis?
But I'd like to talk to you about a very interesting phone call I had from your teacher, Miss Chung.
What you talking about, Dad?
There'll be no trashy food in any house I work in.
What you talking about, lady?
I guess I love you.
What you talking about, Lisa?
You get to stay home and sleep in.
What you talking about, Willis?
But I gotta protect myself. I mean, this maniac might try to break in here.
What you talking about, Willis?
I'll be your substitute teacher.
What you talking about, mister?
I'm gonna lock you in this room.
What you talking about, Willis?
It's in this morning's paper.
What you talking about, Kimberly?
Have you looked upstairs in your drawer?
What you talking about, Dad?
Then everything's okay.
Not quite.
What you talking about, Mr. Sloan?
And your father's company doesn't hire blacks either.
What you talking about, James?
That's all. Nothing left in my bag.
What you talking about, Santa?
Oh, Kimberly's right behind this door.
What you talking about, Willis?
It's goodbye, Jane. Hello, Kimberly.
What you talking about, mister? Oh, what's that?
You and Dudley hitting the bottle.
What you talking about, Dad?
Here's 3 demerits for you, too.
What you talking about, Cassie?
He jumped off the balcony.
What you talking about, Dad?
I'll give Willis the use of my room, and I'll bunk in here with you.
What you talking about, Dad?
I'm really here to see Arnold.
What you talking about, Mrs. Reagan?
Who else? Me.
What you talking about, Lisa?
I think you look ridiculous.
What you talking about, Angela?
I want you to tell everyone at school exactly what you did.
What you talking about, Dad?
The doctor said that it would be perfectly fine for you to go to school today.
What you talking about, Dad?
Yes, I did.
Now, you see there, Dad? Now maybe you... What you talking about, Cousin Adam?
The waitresses in the bar wear these real short outfits with little tails. Mrs. Jenkins is one of them.
What you talking about, Robbie?
Oh, Daddy, I really appreciate that, but I don't want the trust fund.
What you talking about, Kimberly?
We're still going to help Dudley with his campaign.
What you talking about, Dad?
There's a new contestant running for the senior class queen.
Really? Who?
Me.
What you talking about, Willis?
No thanks. I have my own.
What you talking about, Dudley?
What are you doing in this car? It is loaded with dynamite.
What you talking about, Knight Rider?
Well, Big Brother can change big plans.
What you talking about, Dad?
On Yom Kippur, you don't eat at all.
What you talking about, Rabbi?
The girl who sold the most tickets and Arnold's date is Lisa Hayes.
What you talking about, Miss Gandy?
This isn't your apartment, Michelle. This is David's.
What you talking about, Willis?
I doubt that, Arnold. She's my mother.
What you talking about, Lisa? Oh, we don't need the police. We're under control.
The police are right in back of you, Arnold.
What you talking about, Denise?
I told him my big brother Arnold was gonna flatten him.
What you talking about, Sam?
You're going to be the judge.
What you talking about, Mr. Stone?
Wait a minute. Maybe it is that simple.
What you talking about, Dad?
We're gonna cut back on food, allowances, movies.
What you talking about, Mary?